Alright guys, so today I want to talk about how I kind of got started into riding. Everybody starts somewhere, you know. That's not like out of the blue all of a sudden you just decide, oh hey, I want to go and, you know, spend $4,000 on a starter bike. And you just go from there. I mean, some people, yeah, I'm sure that could be the case with some of it. But in most cases, usually somebody's got someone in their life, or they've seen something on the internet that they kind of, you know, piqued their interest in you know, motorcycles and riding. For me, that was the exact case. I found a guy on YouTube, which pretty much if you're in the motorcycle community on YouTube, you should know who this guy is. He's almost at 100K. No, sorry, not 100K. He's almost at 1 million subscribers. His name is Do It With Dan. He calls himself Do It With Dickhead, Do It With Dingleberry, Do It With, yeah, it doesn't matter what the hell he calls himself, but yeah, it's he's a really funny guy, and I really appreciate the content that he puts out, because I just got away from a Mustang guy. How nice. Okay, everybody's got that YouTuber that they just sit and they wait for the videos, and they keep checking the channel, and it's just like, when's they gonna post it? Yeah, no, he's probably my favorite motovlogger of all time. It's got to be between him and Baker X Derek. Out of those two guys, those two are my favorites. This is actually my first bike. It's a 2004 Kawasaki Vulcan 750. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure the engine displacement is roughly around what it says it is. It's around 750. It's not, you know, with bikes you never get the exact, like say with the FZ07 it's like a 689cc instead of a, you know, an exact 700cc. But you know, I'm sure that's actually hard to get the spec down on to get an exact, you know, 700. But yeah, no, this is my first bike that I got. I got a killer deal on this thing. I only paid $250 for this bike, and it was quote unquote from the dealership. I'm not saying that I necessarily bought it straight from them. I did have a actually no, I do have a family member who this used to belong to. He is my stepdad's friend, and oh my gosh, I cannot thank him enough for being so kind to let me have this motorcycle for that cheap. It's not the best bike in the world, you know. Nobody's gonna have an amazing first bike, you know. Not everybody's gonna go straight to, like, you know, a 2018 SV650 or FZ07 or, you know, R3, something like that, because that would be kind of, you know, in my opinion, I think that would be a little bit dumb financially. Yeah, no, so here's the bike. There's a little walk around of the bike in case you guys have never seen one. It's, you know, it's a fairly basic cruiser. It's not too bad looking. It did have a windshield on the front and some saddlebags on the back. I didn't actually like the look of the windshield, so I took that off. But after the fact, I kind of missed my saddlebags now. I was wanting to put them back on, but I realized whenever I took them off, I was a dumbass, and I didn't keep all the brackets. I guess some of them probably got lost and all the junk that's just kind of chilling in the garage, but you know, that's okay, because I can always find some, you know, replacement bolts or something to put it on there with. See, that's the best thing about a starter bike, is that you don't have to have everything exactly perfect for it. You know, it's a starter bike. You know, you're gonna miss some things on it. You're gonna misplace some stuff, and you just find what you can to kind of put it back together. You know, it's not gonna kill it, just as long as it's safe to ride and it's not gonna explode in your face. That sounds gay. So yeah, but whenever I first got this bike, I begged and begged and begged and begged my stepdad to let me ride this thing. And so he would take me out here all the time, and you know, he would be the one to ride it up here. I would drive my car behind him or something like that. We would find a way. I believe it wasn't until after my second time coming up here that he actually let me ride it up here by myself, because you know, we didn't have tag or insurance for this thing until probably, it was actually a little bit before I got my license or my endorsement. But you know, he would take me up here all the time. Him and my mom both would take me up here, and you know, just allow me to kind of chill and ride for a little bit and get used to the handling of the bike, you know, getting used to the throttle response, the clutch control, shifting, getting used to turning slowly. You know, I've heard that most accidents happen at low speeds, and I do not doubt that one bit. I don't have anything to argue with it, because I find it hard myself to balance at lower speeds, which I'm still a fairly new rider. It's fairly dangerous, but you know, whenever you have like an open parking lot like that over there, and just, you know, no traffic around, nothing else to worry about but, you know, you and keeping the bike up and getting used to it, it just gets you so much more comfortable with it. And I'm not saying that this is my absolute first motorcycle that I started on. This isn't the first one that I've ever ridden. I used to have a little tiny, let's see here, before I had, no, my first ever bike was one of those mini bikes that you would buy from like Tractor Supply or something, you know, just those ones that would be sitting outside that all the kids would be looking at, and they would sit on, they would like beg their parents. That was my first one, which was an absolute blast to own, because for the simple fact that we had 40 acres of open land that I could just ride around on. Really, so what I would suggest anybody do is just to get like something that they're comfortable on. It doesn't really matter what you get, just as long as you feel comfortable riding it. You know, for me, this is a really heavy bike. But yeah, anyways, now the main point of this video is just to kind of show you that you can really start on just about anything. I'm not saying that you need to go start on a 600cc sport bike, or saying that you need to start on an R1, R6, or CBR 600. It's definitely possible to start on something just as long as you feel as though you can control it and you can be responsible with it. You know, this bike, it does have a lot of, I'm not gonna say it has a lot of horsepower. This thing runs about, I think, 70, a little less than 70 horsepower, which is still a lot for a bike, especially when you consider something like a scooter to start out. You know, that would actually be a pretty good way of starting out on two wheels. If you're interested in riding, then go find a buddy with a bike, or, you know, just maybe go to a dealership or something like that and see if they'll have a test ride day going on. Holy shit, that exhaust is hot as hell. I thought my bike was on fire for a second. Damn. I'm gonna kind of block this entryway for a second. It's just for a minute. I'm sure they won't mind. Oh, I think we're good. She'll get up and go. But yeah, no, I've really been wanting an FZ07 for the longest time, and I've been considering trading this in or just selling it and getting me a different bike. But anyways, yeah, no, if you're interested in getting a motorcycle, I would do research on it first, because I researched riding for so long before I actually got a motorcycle. You know, I had my heart set on a, you know, like a Yamaha R3 or a Kawasaki Ninja 300, CBR 300, CBR 400, 500. I'm not sure. Do they even make the 400? I think the 400 was the, I don't know if they make the 400 anymore. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into the 400s in a while. But I know for a fact they do make a 500. They make a CBR 500 and a CB 500. Well, one is the naked, one's the full fairing sport. But you know, just look into some simple little bikes like that, you know? If you're interested in riding, if you have a like the slightest interest in it. And you know, even me with this Vulcan, you know, it wasn't my ideal bike that I wanted at first, but I still love riding it. Every time that I go for a ride, I enjoy myself. It clears my head. I've never been done that. I think that's someone's driveway, actually. Yeah, that's definitely someone's driveway. And no, like I said, if you want to ride, by all means, start doing your research. See if it's for you. Because riding isn't the cheapest thing in the world to do. And it definitely requires some dedication and some money to get into it. my case, I got a little bit more lucky. But like I said, not everybody's gonna be that lucky in finding something that inexpensive and I would say as reliable, but this bike's really not that reliable. My front brakes lock up. It used to be a dual caliper setup, now I've got it only set to one. And my front brakes are locking up on me sometimes. So like they'll slowly build up pressure and get to where it'll slow me down, and whenever I pull off the throttle, it'll absolutely just, okay, I gotta go slow over this. Oh, I don't want to fall in the creek. Yeah, no, sometimes they'll lock up, which is absolutely not fun having to deal with, because I have to pull over to the side of the road immediately. I can't wait and find somewhere to pull over. I have to find the nearest convenient spot to pull over, because when your brakes lock up, your brakes lock up, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's not gonna, you know, throw me over the front of it, of the bars, just as long as I notice, you know, my pressure building up. You just gotta be smart with the little technical difficulties that you have. It's not like it's impossible. Auto sales. Right there? Are you kidding? This road is like a one-lane road. And you got an auto sales shop on it? You ain't gonna get no business there. Anyways, guys, yeah, just find yourself a bike, start riding, and be careful about it. Don't ever be stupid. Did that house burn down? I'm pretty sure that house burned down. Damn. Dang, that's crazy. There's a cat on the porch too. Huh. This road is very sketchy. I would much rather have a dual sport on this road. So much gravel. I'm literally going 10 miles an hour. And there's a truck. I wonder if I have enough time to snap a quick picture over this bridge. Okay. All right, there we go. Such a peaceful little creek. I like it. Oh, we got that over with. Let's go home. I love that. Just look at that right there. That's awesome.